this is gonna kill me for the next 6 days. Literally, my anticipation cannot stay down. I cannot relax. But for those of you who may have missed the news, CoinX this morning, who has, as far as we can tell, a 100% track record with leaks and rumors, tweeted out that there would be a one more thing moment, potentially, at this next Apple event. Now, I get it. The tweet is incredibly vague, and all the people that are like, Drew made a 10-minute video on this subject alone? Must be out of ideas. I'm not out of ideas. That's why there's a video today, and the reason I talk about it for 10 minutes is because, yes, there are things to say, and for 2, you're gonna watch them. Here you are. The point of picking a topic is to hopefully get you to click, and you have clicked. So y'all just shut up about that. Let's talk about what potentially this one more thing tweet could mean. And the possibilities are somewhat endless. Let's begin. So disclosing everything from the get-go, CoinX is in a position where he could be trolling us really, really hard, and maybe at this next event there's not a one more thing at all. He may have just decided to tweet this out, a quote from Steve Jobs, with no correlation to anything that's going to be announced. That is technically possible, given his solid track record, but the thing is, his track record isn't that extensive. He could very easily just end up teasing us with this whole thing. Or, the far more likely scenario is perhaps at this event we're going to have a Tim Cook classic one more thing moment. For those of you who don't know, Apple oftentimes will announce a bunch of things at their event, and then kind of as a cherry on top and to kind of attempt to surprise everyone at the very, very end, they will say, but we do have one more thing, a quote that was originally delivered by Steve Jobs, but Tim Cook has been known to do it time and time again. He did it for the Apple Watch unveiling back in 2014. Apple also did it for the Apple TV unveiling way back when, and sometimes they do it for things that aren't necessarily new product lines or new product categories, but just very, very substantial and noticeable upgrades. Like, probably the most underwhelming one more thing moment was when, in 2017, Tim Cook unveiled the iPhone X. The leaks for that were everywhere. Everybody knew about the iPhone X before it came out. Everything except the name. Back then, we called it the iPhone 8, because that's what we thought it was going to be called, but they unveiled the actual iPhone 8s first, and the new Apple Watch and everything, and then Tim Cook wrapped up the keynote by saying, but also, we have one more thing, and then they showcased the beautiful new iPhone X design, but something tells me it's not gonna be an iPhone. Some people have said that's possible, but all 3 new iPhones that are coming out this year have the exact same displays and pretty much the same designs as the 2018 models. iPhone Pro, of course, getting the triple camera setup, regular iPhone getting an extra lens and probably some more colors. I just don't feel like that would warrant a one more thing. If they end up deciding that the one more thing moment is, by the way, there's a triple camera on the new iPhone Pro, I think people are going to be very upset and annoyed that they hyped it up that much. And some people are theorizing that maybe this unannounced tile tracker, the thing you'll attach to your keyring or your wallet or your briefcase so that you can track it from the Find My app, maybe that's the one more thing, but to me that's way too much of an accessory. It's not really something to get super hyped about. It's interesting, it's cool, and I'll probably get a couple for myself, but I don't know, I just don't think that would warrant that type of attention. This is not something that happens at all Apple events. This is not that often of a tradition. If there ends up being a one more thing at this event, I feel like it has to be something a little bit bigger and a little bit more unexpected. And this is where the most common prediction a lot of people have starts to surface. Many of you out there are predicting that the one more thing will be an early sneak peek at Apple augmented reality glasses. We know these have been in development for a long time. There have been leaks and patents and rumors going around for years, literally, about Apple working on AR glasses. I'm kind of torn down the middle on this subject, because on one side, that would explain so much. I mean, we've seen references to AR devices, like AR hardware, hidden within iOS 13's code. We've even seen little icons of AR goggles and stuff. Tim Cook has talked about how important they think augmented reality is in their future, and aside from all that, it would totally justify the invitation going out saying, buy innovation only. I know they're not the first company to do AR glasses, but I think it's pretty fair to say that competitors really haven't jumped on this new technology. Microsoft has the HoloLens, but that is nowhere near a consumer product of any kind. It's just bulky and unready and unfinished, and if Apple's unveiling AR glasses, I'm sure they're going to be expensive. I would say $2,000 minimum, which may sound insane, but if you look at what other AR glasses are available, it's actually pretty reasonable. But we know Apple cares about wearables and fashion, and this would, I think, be the ultimate wearable they could possibly design, because it would allow for 3D holograms to take place in our everyday lives, volume indicators no longer being on on the screen, but come out from behind your phone. Sit down at a coffee shop with your MacBook, add external displays in midair, and just keep working on other monitors that you don't even have to pay for. No $1,000 stand necessary. Granted, if they are unveiling AR glasses at this event, there's no way that they're going to be shipping them soon. We know the technology is still very, very early. There's not that many other competitors making AR glasses right now, and that's for good reason. The technology is just expensive and complicated, and it doesn't have a good battery life. So if they are unveiled at this event, more than likely won't be shipping for another 7 to 9 months. If you think that's crazy, consider the Apple Watch launch. We're actually coming up on 5 years since Apple originally unveiled the Apple Watch, which they did alongside the iPhone 6. That's right, not the 6S, but when they unveiled the iPhone 6, they showcased it with the first generation Apple Watch, in which a lot of the tech wasn't ready yet. All they gave us was $350 starting price. They didn't give us battery life. They didn't give us much internal information about it. But it wasn't until April of 2015 that they actually started delivering the Apple Watch. So it took them a long, long time after that sneak peek that they were actually available for the public to use and try. I would expect a very, very similar rollout with the AR glasses, potentially even further. Like, if they unveil them at this event, they may not start delivering them for another year. They're not necessarily doing that because they want to clickbait you into thinking that they've got some new hardware and it's available now, but they mostly want to get the information out there because once they start going into production, the leaks were going to get out anyway, and more analysts and rumors would talk about how AR glasses are coming soon. Apple would rather be the one to announce it themselves so that it's actually a surprise, and also they need to get developers ready, third-party ones. So you can't really just announce a brand new product category and then say we're shipping it in a couple months, because they need time for third-party developers to start optimizing apps or experiences or hologram demos for this product long in advance, and they're not going to be able to do that secretly and behind closed doors. So if you're going to start asking developers to optimize for these new platforms, you better start doing it like a year in advance. So there's a lot of reasons I could see it happening, but at the same time, I'm trying to remain realistic and also say this is one tweet, okay? It's not that big of a confirmation. One more thing doesn't always necessarily mean a brand new product category. It might not be. They may just be hyping up their tile tracker or consider the iPhone Pro a new product category. So we got to give it a one more thing treatment of some kind. And also, looking at other AR glasses that are available right now, the tech is very, very premature. There's a very good chance the technology is not ready yet. Apple can't find a way to make it power efficient and small enough and easy enough to wear so that it looks comfortable and fashionable like they care so much about with Apple Watches and stuff like that. So basically, I'm very much torn down the middle. I could easily see it not happening because we weren't expecting this before. Technology's very expensive right now and not very practical for the consumer market. And even if they do unveil it, it's likely going to be insanely expensive. $2,000 minimum, in my opinion. If they go higher than that, they could still justify them being cheaper than the competition, like HoloLens. Though the reason I'm so torn down the middle on this subject is I can't necessarily say that there's not other leaks that could support this idea. Some of you may not remember, but Ming-Chi Kuo said that the AR glasses Apple's developing could potentially go into development at the end of 2019. If mass production is starting in just a few months, it would make sense to unveil it now before leakers and analysts get a hold of it and start leaking it themselves. I don't know if you guys remember, but back when the Apple Watch was unveiled in 2014, it was still in the maybe category. I was still doing tech videos back then. I've since privatized them, so don't go looking for them. But my point is, right before the event, when you're looking through Mac rumors and you're hearing reports about what Apple's about to announce, we knew about new iPhones, we knew about all the new sizes and stuff, but in regards to the design of the new Apple Watch, there were conceptors guessing, but nobody got it absolutely right. There was never just an official leak or a patent that showcased what the Apple Watch was going to look like before the unveiling. And even leading up to it, there was talk of Apple unveiling a wearable, but none of it was confirmed. None of it was guaranteed. We could be looking at sort of a similar unveiling at this event, you know? There's a lot about the new iPhones, new Apple Watches we already know, but I feel like there's a chance, just maybe, not most likely. I'm not saying this is probably going to happen, but given what CoinEx just tweeted, who is definitely trolling and teasing us at this point, instead of just giving us actually the information he knows, there is a chance that they may pull another Apple Watch style unveiling of this is something we've been working on for a long time and it's a brand new product category that Apple has never had before. Man, that would be exciting. I mean, wouldn't it make all the iPhone and Apple Watch announcements just completely meaningless if they actually unveiled a brand new product category? The main reason it makes sense to do it now, unveiling it now, is you could launch glassware in 2020 2020. Think of the jokes, people. Hindsight is 2020. AR glasses allow you to see into 2020. Perfect your vision and make it 2020. There's so many vision jokes that will only be capable in this millennia. Like, they have to do it now. I don't care if it's $2,000-$3,000. The puns alone would make it worth it. But Reasonable Drew is still tugging at the other side of my brain and saying, Drew, the tech isn't ready yet. We haven't seen that many leaks. Probably not going to happen, okay? It's just gonna be an iPhone event. Don't over-anticipate anything. But dang it, CoinX, you're ruining this for everyone. I'm honestly mad at you. I am. If by some chance that guy is watching this, he must be an insider at Apple of some sort. Some of us are theorizing in the Discord that this guy must be like one of the presenters, like Apple's practicing for the keynote presentation right now, and the guy who like runs the PowerPoint and that kind of thing. Maybe he's seeing these slides. I feel like there's a chance that he knows a lot of things we don't know yet. Why don't you just tell us, okay? If you know there's AR glasses coming out, just tweet that out. Can you imagine how much credibility you would have moving forward if you just came forward and said, by the way, new AR glasses coming out on September 10th, and then you were right? You would like forever be the most reliable, most famous leaker of all time if that ended up being true. I don't know. Maybe he's a lover of Apple because probably he works inside. Maybe he doesn't want to spoil it. And maybe he wants this unveiling to be special and to be like a big moment for all of us watching the event. And maybe that's why he's not just coming out straight and saying exactly what the new product category is or what the one more thing moment is. I know. We're desperate, aren't we? We're grasping at straws and we're assuming big announcements even if they may not even be true. But my goodness, Apple. If there's not a one more thing at this event, that's fine. I know what we're expecting at this keynote. iPhones, Apple Watches, maybe some new AirPods and iPads. That's all fine and dandy. I'm totally fine with that. But if you misuse your one more thing line and you use it to demonstrate some new iPhone camera, you have severely lost the right to your one more thing moment, okay? No more one more thing moments if you're just gonna talk about, hey, we changed the name of the phone and gave it an extra lens. One more thing we had planned all along. No, one more things are for big deals. The iPhone 10, that was a big deal, okay? I can justify that. Apple Watch unveiling, that was a big deal, okay? I can get behind it. Apple TV, one more thing, I get it. iPod Shuffle, I get it. But if you say the words, Timmy, if you utter those words, we have one more thing on stage, you better be introducing the next product line at Apple, which is going on my face for $2,000, okay? You better be doing it. So, anticipations, excitement, anxiety, all of those things are high for me. All of them are going up, and it's gonna feel like a very long 6 days. Let me know what you guys think the one more thing moment could be, or are we overreacting over this? Could Quo be incorrect about his entering mass production rumors? All that stuff. Let me know what you're thinking about hitting me up over on Twitter or join our Discord. And please, help me relax. I can't calm down. This is causing problems. My Apple Watch keeps telling me to breathe. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you guys in the next one.